Afternoon. I think we pulled the short straw. I think we're following the funny ones, and we're definitely serious about large-scale data systems across the American, UK markets. And it's like, oh, right. If you want to go to sleep for 5 minutes, feel free. Okay, so our group came together very spontaneously yesterday morning. I want to do some data visualization, and Rob's got a big tool from America called Smart Apps. Now, our plan was therefore to take NHS data and display it in Smart App. What is Smart App? Well, I don't know how many people have heard of Vista, the American VA system, which covers, how many people does it cover?
It's about 12 million, I think.
About 12 million people with an integrated care record, which moves with you across different services, which is something we've not yet achieved, or something equivalent to 12 billion. So, we thought this was a really an opportunity really to test out what would be the challenges and issues we're trying to link our data and put it into an American model. So, the problem is there are already in the NHS many electronic health systems, often incompatible, proprietarial, and hard to access. SMART is a set of standards for asking questions between different health records. It's been developed by researchers at Harvard, so it's got a bit of kudos behind it, if you think Harvard's up to it. The idea is to create a sort of iTunes App Store for accessing data across different systems. So you build one, you share it, anyone who's using the same RDF can therefore reuse it in their systems as well. So I'm using lots of terms which I'm learning very rapidly this afternoon, so bear for me, I don't know the terms that these lot do. So at the moment, these apps are used in America in many situations, so our objective was really to try and look at aligning a smart app, RDF, with some NHS data. So we took a shed load of data from HES with AIDS, sex diagnosis and procedures and treatments, and we passed them over to this team to put together. So I'm going to pass over now to Rob, who'll just take you through what we did.
So what we did, we took the data, converted it into RDF format, which is an XML format as part of the semantic web stack. Chris did that work, and we then sent it over to a working Vista system, which I'm involved with the project behind. A colleague of mine, George Lilly in New York, set the data up on this Vista system, which is what we're connected to here. And then today we built an app, a smart app, to visualize that data. Smart at the moment is all about viewing individual patient records, but looking across populations is something that I think will come in time. So what you see here very quickly is a web application that's been built on top of this, running on the Vista system in the States. But if we put in an ID for one of the HES patient records, select it, and now it should visualize it here. So it's brought it up, showing the list of problems from that were in that RDF record. And down here, just to give it a bit of pizzazz, we're showing how you could then visualize this, in this case using a radar chart. Just for those who are interested over here, if we look at the stuff behind the scenes, then here is the RDF data. So this is HES data from Leeds, now being served up by a Vista system using its smart capability with a smart app that we've written. This is a locally developed smart app, not a US one.
Yeah, so just picking up that key point, this is running on basically an American system, but using British data. So this is, we think, groundbreaking in some regards. So the novelty is not so much checking out how wobbly we are, but actually looking at a big strategic issue in terms of trying to link two incompatible systems in one go. And I think we've hacked it together. I think we've truly used the word hack to get it together. But and we've learned quite a bit. I mean, in particular, the way we've used smart apps has been quite clever, because I mean, these both Rob and Phil didn't know. Sorry, Chris and Phil had never experienced the RDF and the smart apps on Saturday morning, but by this afternoon we had done it. And I think that's a testament to the opportunities that Vista and Smart Apps provides to the NHS. So, just to make sure, yeah, so really it's about the idea that this is going to be open, this is open source, so this is all free. The only thing that's not free is the development time for people to write things, but anyone can basically write one. So, in terms of actually the whole idea of open data, this gives an opportunity for actually any developer in a room given access to the system to write the app that they want. So the obvious areas for this is basically all your clinical audits. You don't have to worry about it. The colleges write the apps, stick it online, the system runs them, no more expensive paper capturing. And so if you look at research, no more expensive research trials, you just write the app, it does it.
Does this link to the primary care record? Because you're using HES, which is secondary care. And
it could do, and it probably ought to. But it would be a matter of getting a feed from the primary care systems that we could convert to RDF. As soon as we've got that, away we go.
Okay, and if I haven't understood correctly, this is looking at individual patient level data.
Correct, that's right.
How much work would it take to look at the population?
I'm actually working with Harvard, the Harvard guys at the moment, and I posed that question to their lead technical guy last night, and he said it is on their agenda, and I think it's actually something that we could participate in the discussion with them over, because I think there's, and they're very keen, by the way, to work with the UK on this.
I think just to clarify that point, I think the ability to look at, to summarize aggregated data by geography, looking at trends, looking at different population groups, I think would be a huge strength of it, rather than on the individual patient base.
Yeah, that was very much a conclusion of our group as well.
Just to respond to that, I mean, technically there's no problem with that. The problem, or what's currently not there, is Smart themselves are defining a set of standards, and all the standards they're defining are in terms of individual patient records. Once we say to them, look, let's start defining the standards for these population ones, then technically there's no problem you can do.
Exactly.
Wait for the standards to